world so tangled, where the shadows fall, we question.
But what's also creeping in now is that anxiety. The reason for that is because these polls are not really moving. Despite multiple battleground blitzes, despite the opportunities she has had across media outlets, there is still not a lot of movement from voters who are moving more towards her versus former President Donald Trump. In fact, I had one source describe it to me this way, quote, "People are nervous. They know the polls are tight. And a lot of us are having these flashbacks to 2016, too. We know when it can go the wrong way, and it can still feel fresh."
Trump gains voter trust over Kamala Harris on key economic issues. You know, there's an old saying, actually. It's a Jay-Z lyric that says, "Men lie, women lie, numbers don't." I came across a stat the other day that made me think of this. 54% of adults get their news from social media. Think about that for a second. More than half of people out there are getting information, opinions, and perspectives from platforms where anyone can post anything. And amidst all that noise, one thing does remain true. Numbers don't lie. So I like to report about the numbers. I personally did a lot of statistics for many years. It's the only reason why I think differently of 2020's election, and we have to worry about beyond. Thank you for tuning in to #GoRight with Peter Boykin. Now, if we take that principle to the latest poll on who voters trust with the economy, the results are clear. Donald Trump is beating Kamala Harris on every single major economic issue. And as we move closer to another pivotal presidential election, one thing remains consistent. Voters are concerned about their wallets. And if these numbers hold, it's going to be a big advantage for Donald Trump come election day. Now let's break down the news. We'll be right back. I think it's time for us to go right. Welcome back to #GoRight with Peter Boykin, where we break it down for you. Let's get into it. Trust in Trump over Harris on economic metrics. A recent poll shows that on every single significant economic issue, Donald Trump leads Vice President Kamala Harris, solidifying his advantage on key concerns of the American voter. Voters trust Trump more than Harris when it comes to improving America's finances. Trump leads by +9 points. Overseeing the economy, Trump holds another +9 point average. Handling the job market, Trump is trusted by +7 points. Improving the cost of living, Trump ahead by 6 points. Managing the stock market, Trump dominates with a 15-point lead. Now, with the economy consistently ranking as voters' top concerns, these numbers carry real weight, and it's clear that voters haven't forgotten Trump's pre-pandemic economic performance, and they're looking at him as a safer bet to handle the nation's financial future. If there's one thing we know about our elections, it's that we're about who the people can feel can fix their problems. And right now, the data says they believe Donald Trump is the one to fix their wallets. We'll be right back.
Kamala Harris, am heartbroken by the hurricane. It breaks my heart. My heart is heartbroken. So to help the victims of the hurricane, I'll be sending another $600 million to Ukraine. That way, you can feel safe knowing you're making a difference to people in need.
Oh, tell them about our immigration policy.
What's that?
Tell them about our immigration policy.
Oh, I get it. So since we've been helping the victims of the hurricane by sending money to illegal immigrants so they have the help they need, we encourage everyone from North Carolina to go to Mexico and come back as an illegal immigrant. That way, we can help you help yourself. Hang on, I'm getting a call. Hello?
Hi, this is Iran. We heard you're trying to help the hurricane victims.
Yes, I am.
Well, we think that you can help them by sending money to us.
Oh, that's a great idea. I sure do love helping those hurricane victims. Let me just ask you, are you in need?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then I hereby send you $1.2 billion in aid in order to help the victims of the hurricane.
Oh, fantastic. Trust me, this will go a long way for the stranded people in North Carolina.
I sure do love helping victims of the hurricane who just so happen to be victims of a hurricane.
Hi, folks. Thanks for tuning back in. Hashtag Go Right. Now, I'm just going to give you a little disclaimer about what we're going to talk about. I know a lot of people have been spreading the information, and they say that it's misinformation because people will freak out when out of the blue, people will talk about, I think they have done things to create the storms, to make them worse, to direct them toward, into places. And then, people going like that just sounds far-fetched. That's just out of the world, out of place. And I'm not one to sit there and say that's something that they can do or not do. There's evidence to the contrary. There's evidence that they could be. Who knows? As an individual, when we don't know all the information, throughout history, throughout mankind, we have been pushing away things that we say are impossible because we didn't know. And some people know better. But there's one thing that comes to mind. There's a website. Someone sent me the link. A government website that just celebrated the 70th anniversary of the first hurricane seeding experiment. And so we're going to talk about that in a sensible way. So let's shift gears to something you probably won't hear on your first social media feed. This year marks the 70th anniversary of the first ever attempt to modify a hurricane, an experiment known as Project Cirrus, CIRRUS. Back in 1947, a group of scientists working with the Air Force tried something bold. They flew a B-17 aircraft into a hurricane and dumped dry ice into it, hoping to see if they could weaken the storm. The experiment was ambitious, but had unforeseen consequences. After seeding the storm, what was then known as Hurricane King made a sharp turn and struck Savannah, Georgia, causing $2 million in damages and even a death. The public, outraged by what they saw as reckless experimentation, blamed the scientists. Lawsuits were threatened, and it caused a stir in the media. Sounds familiar, what people have been kind of saying about redirecting hurricanes. GE Labs' Dr. Irving Langmuir, who led the project, claimed he was 99% sure that the storm's turn was due to the seeding, a bold statement that didn't help GE's case. However, later research showed that hurricanes can change course naturally, and this could have been one of those cases. You never know, though. The whole situation cooled the public's enthusiasm for weather modification, but the dream didn't die there. In the years that followed, projects like Storm Fury picked up the torch, experimenting with ways to weaken hurricanes using silver iodide. They had some modest success, but in the end, nature proved too unpredictable. Now, this story is a reminder of how in our pursuit of control over the natural world, we sometimes underestimate the sheer power of nature. This story is a reminder of how in our pursuit of control over the natural world, we sometimes underestimate the sheer power of nature. It's also a story of scientific curiosity, human ambition, and the inherent risks involved in pushing boundaries. It's easy to forget that we live in a world where natural disasters are part of the landscape. And the best way to minimize hurricane damage isn't trying to change the storm, but learning how to live alongside it. Proper building codes, smart hurricane prep, and public education are the tools we need to stay resilient. If you want to read about this, and if you think I'm lying about it, and you think I'm just making it up, you can go to gorightnews.com, look for the article, and I have the source, which is on the website aoml.noaa.gov. It's the hurricane blog about the 70th anniversary of the first hurricane seeding experiment. We'll be right back.
I have learned the lesson of all that's foul and fair. Our love was forged in fire, water, earth, and air. The spell is cast, how long it lasts, I cannot divine, the road is there. And so I dare to risk this heart of mine. Down, 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 down the road, down the witch's road. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end, the end. I have known the power of midnights in the woods. I've danced inside the circle of all that's bad and good. The danger's great, the trials wait for those that seek the prize. Tame your fears, a door appears to love that never dies. As we go down, down the road, down the witch's road, down the witch's road, down the road, down the witch's road. Blood and tears and bone, together and alone. If I can reach you, let my song teach you all you need to keep our love alive. If I can't hold you, remember what I told you. It's the only way we survive. We survive. Wild and wicked, winding out of time. Still we face our fortune, chasing the sublime. What's lost is found, what's fierce is bound. We're broken and we're burned, but take a breath and dance with death. My love cannot return. As we go down, down the road, down the witch's road, down the witch's road. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Down, 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 wherever it may bend. I'll see you at the end. I'll see you at the end. I'll see you at the end, the end. I'll see you at the end.
Welcome back to the hashtag Go Right recap. So there you have it. Two key stories shaping our constitutional republic. On the political front, Trump is earning voters' trust when it comes to the economy. And as we edge closer to the next election, his numbers are holding strong against Kamala Harris, particularly on improving the cost of living and managing the job market. And then there's the science of controlling nature itself 70 years ago. Scientists embarked on a bold quest to tame hurricanes with dry ice. Though their efforts were met with mixed results, it's a reminder of just how powerful nature can be and how we as a society need to be prepared for whatever it throws our way. For more on these stories and other updates, head to gorightnews.com. We're also on Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, aka Twitter, you name it. Hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin is there. And if you'd like to help support the cause, you can donate via Cash App at $ Peter Boykin, the number 1. Links are available on GoWriteNews.com and PeterBoykin.com. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, it's your republic if you can keep it. God bless. Peace.
Best I can do is $750.
The last one to do. We came through the storm, here to set the tone. We're from FEMA, yeah. This is what we show. 750, that's the deal. Not a dream, but it's real. Boom, boom, you know the drill. Take it now, it's all we feel. Oh, we're from FEMA, don't you see? 750's all you need. Boom, click, power here. Cash in hand, it's crystal clear. Oh, we're from FEMA, no debate. That's the number on your plate. Boom, click, pow, that's the way. 750 all day. The water's high, but we stay dry. Boom, boom, here's the reply. We're moving fast, don't ask why. 750's how we try. No big checks, no other thrills. How click, here's the deal. When we show up, it's all the same. 750's in the game. But we're from FEMA, don't you see? 750's all you need. Boom, click, power here. Cash in hand, it's crystal clear. But we're from FEMA, no debate. That's the number on your plate. Boom, click, pow, that's the way. 750 all day. You thought more was on the way, but 750's here to stay. Boom, pow, click, we'll make it work. We're from FEMA, feel the quirk. The last one in new, last one to new. The last one to new, and the new quirk. 750 in the mix, house beats and no more tricks. Boom, pow, click, that's the sound. Fingers here, we're all around. The last one to do. We're from FEMA, don't you see? 750's all you need. Boom, click, power here. Cash in hand, it's crystal clear. We're from FEMA, no debate. That's the number. There's a leader on the scene with a mission so clear. Not just for all the people, but for those they hold dear. Furry little friends from the rooftops to the streets. They need a force, someone who can't be beat. With the red hat on, yeah, the cats are gonna win. From the city to the country, let the love begin. No more strays left behind, no more claws in the dark. Trumps on the move, igniting that spark. We're gonna make cats safe again, that's the call. From the big ones to the small, we'll protect them all. No feline left behind under Trump's reign. We'll make cats safe again in the pain. We're gonna make cats safe again, that's the call. From the big ones to the small, we'll protect them all. No feline left behind under Trump's reign. We'll make cats safe again in the pain. They've been out in the cold, lost in the night. but Trump's bringing them home, back into the light. Cat towers in the White House, scratch posts for days. Birds echoing in halls, yeah, that's the phrase. He's building up walls, but this time for pause, creating safe zones with no hidden claws. Shelters filled with love, not fear anymore. Trump's plan is in action, better than before. We're gonna make cats safe again, that's the call. From the big ones to the small, we'll protect them all. No feline left behind under Trump's reign. We'll make cats safe again, and the pain. From tabbies to tuxedos, we're standing tall. No kitty left scared, no more lonely at all. Under Trump's flag, we're paving the way for a world where every cat's got a place to stay. We're gonna make cats safe again, that's the call. From the big ones to the small, we'll protect them all. No feline left behind under Trump's reign. We'll make cats safe again, and the pain. Cats in the lap of luxury is the new decree. With Trump at the helm, it's the safest place to be. So raise your paws high, let the anthem begin. We'll make cats safe again, let the felines win. Let the felines win. In a little town where the cookies decided, Cincinnati swings with a soulful pride. Since '84, they've known who's ahead. Trump's got 54 and the people are fed. Swing to the beat, let freedom play. From the bakery line to the light of day. Liberty smooth, can't you see? The echoes rise in harmony. Trump's in Butler, the crowd's in too. The rally's hot like a jazz-filled room. But behind the curtain, trouble grew. The FBI knew, but the shots flew through. We sway in rhythm, will never fold. This republic's groove is bright and bold. Constitutionalists for America strong. We'll dance to the truth all night long. Adams in the papers, scandal on the rise. New York's mayor caught in a web of lies. AOC wants him to bow out fast, but Adams says I'm built to last. The jazz rolls on, the trumpets blare. Corruption fades in freedom's air. We'll hit the notes, play loud and clear. Go right news leads, no need to fear. Zuckerberg's fortune, hidden high notes. BlackRock's crypto flows their boats. While the people wonder where to stand as dollars drift from hand to hand. The baseline thumps, the stakes are high, but we'll swing our way into the sky. With Go Right News, we'll take the stage and fight for truth with every page. Cyber whispers, hackers in the night. Biden sends billions while we hold tight. But in this dance we won't miss a beat. We'll keep the rhythm, won't face defeat. The saxophones sing, the rhythm's real. No one can break this nation's steel. With every groove, our spirits lift. We stand for freedom, the ultimate gift. From butlers' rallies to the city lights, the people move and we win these fights. With every swing and every sway, liberty shines lighting the way. So swing with me, let's keep this strong. With Go Right News, we'll carry on. The Constitution is our song. We'll swing for justice all night long. There's a storm tearing through the land, but leaders aren't giving a hand. While the people cry they're out of sight, but Trump's there fighting the good fight, bringing hope to those in need. That's what it takes to truly lead. Stand tall when the winds blow hard. Be the shield, be the beating heart. We'll rise no matter how far we fall. Trump's showing up when others don't call. Go rise, stand tall for what's true. Constitutionalists for America, it's what we do. While Biden hides on a beach alone, Kamala's at parties chasing her throne. But the people are drowning, lost in the tide. Only one man stands by their side. Truckloads of help, Starlink in the sky. Real leaders lift you when the water's high. Lead strong like a light in the dark. Don't run away when it's time to start. The people need you, you're all in this. Not photo ops or empty lists. Truckload rise, make the call to stand. Constitutionalists united, hand in hand. The border's burning, crime's out of control, but they're playing games, filling their bowl. Criminals roam no law in sight, but we've had enough for empty bliss. Millions crossing without a care. And Kamala, she's never there. Hold the line, don't let it break. We fight for freedom, whatever's at stake. The war's a mess, but we'll take it back. With Trump's vision, we'll get on track. Go right for the ones who believe in a nation of laws that never leave. Hollywood screams, the one star stands tall. Zachary Levi answering the call, endorsing Trump, breaking the mold in a city of lies. Each strike and goal, it's not just the stars, it's the everyday man. We're all part of the constitutional plan. Speak the truth, let your heart be known. We're not afraid, we're not alone. From the porch to the streets, we'll rise above, guided by strength, truth, and love. Go right where justice rings true. Constitutionalists, we're counting on you. The DO's laying dirty tricks. Alabama stands while they throw bricks. They're hacking elections, suing the states, but freedom will never bow to hate. We stand for truth, for liberty's flame. We'll never give up our country's name. Rise again when the storm clouds come. From the heart of the people, we will never run. The fight for freedom is in our hands. Constitutionalists across these lands. Go rise, we'll never let go. For America's future, we will show. Out along the green, the sun's burning high. Trump's standing tall with his eyes on the sky. A shot rang out, but he ain't going down. He's got the heart of a lion wearing his crown. The country's torn apart, the stakes run deep, but he won't let fear rock him off his feet. Radicals rise, their words full of hate, but we'll stand by him before so much danger, but he's still standing strong. Through the chaos and all that's gone wrong, let's make Trump safe again, protect what's right. In a world that's spinning, in a never-ending fight, we won't back down. We'll stand for him tall, make Trump safe again before we lose it all. They took a shot, thought they'd bring it to his knees, but he's a fighter, never bowing to enemies. Political violence is growing every day, but Trump's standing firm, won't let him get away. Biden and Harris, they can't hide the crime. We see the streets falling apart in time, but we'll rise up, together we'll do fair. With Trump at the front, we'll make this great end. So much danger, but he's still standing strong. Through the chaos and all that's gone wrong, let's make Trump safe again, protect what's right. In a world that's spinning, in a never-ending fight, we won't back down. We'll stand for him tall, make Trump safe again before we lose it all. From the rallies to the White House door, we'll fight for freedom like never before. Make America strong, united, free, under Trump's vision for all to see. Let's make Trump safe again, protect what's right. In a world that's spinning, in a never-ending fight, we won't back down. We'll stand for him tall, make Trump safe again before we lose it all. Through the storms, through the trials, through the fight, we'll keep on going, defending the light. Make Trump safe again, it's our anthem, our song. Together we'll stand and we'll keep pushing on. Let's make Trump safe again, protect what's right. In a world that's spinning, in a never-ending fight, we won't back down. We'll stand for him tall, make Trump safe again before we lose it all.
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This is a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trout because it has a
Trump faces assassination attempts. Let me tell you about something that just happened in California's Coachella Valley. A Las Vegas man showed up at a checkpoint for a Trump rally carrying a loaded firearm, a shotgun, and fake VIP and press badge. Now, this sounds alarming, doesn't it? The sheriff even called it the third assassination attempt on Trump. But here's the kicker. The man was released on just a $5,000 bail. Doesn't that seem odd? We'll keep waiting for the more details on this, but it highlights the ever-growing threat surrounding Donald Trump. Now, with that in mind, it makes sense that Trump has decided to suspend his golfing activities due to heightened security concerns from Secret Service. They're struggling to guarantee his safety in the current climate. And Trump's campaign has even requested military assets for protection after receiving intelligence reports that Iran continues its efforts to assassinate him. Folks, these are not small matters. These are serious threats. And our constitutional republic is at stake. Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. We'll be right back. I think it's time for us to go right. Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin, where we dive deep into the issues that matter most to our constitutional republic. I'm your host, Peter Boykin, a constitutionalist for liberty, and we're here to cut through the noise, bring you the facts, and stand up for liberty. Let's get started. So Biden's DOJ sues Virginia for kicking illegals off the voter rolls. Here's one for the books. The Biden-Harris Department of Justice is now suing the state of Virginia for removing 6,303 illegal aliens from its voter rolls. Their argument? The state did it too close to Election Day. Now let that sink in for a moment. The federal government is going after a state for simply ensuring that only legal voters have a say in our elections. It doesn't get more blatant than this. They want illegals voting, plain and simple. If this isn't a direct assault on our constitutional republic, I don't know what is. We'll be right back.
For San Antonio Police very aptly named their law enforcement effort Operation Aurora, because Aurora was the one that was first and got all that publicity. Operation Aurora. In honor of Jocelyn Nungari, Lakin Riley, beautiful Lakin, Rachel Morin, and all of the others that are dead and or mortally wounded at the hands of migrants who should never have been allowed into our country. I'm announcing today that upon taking office, we will have an Operation Aurora at the federal level. To expedite the removals of these savage gangs, and I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798. This was put there. 1798. That's a long time ago, right? To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. Who would have ever thought that a president or a future president would ever have to stand here and say such things? Who would think that that's even possible to have to do? So many things are changed in the last 4 years, but that's the state of our country now after Kamala and Joe Biden have just absolutely destroyed our country. We're a country in tremendous distress. We're a failing country. We're laughed at all over the world. We will send elite squads of ICE, Border Patrol, and federal law enforcement officers to hunt down, arrest, and deport every last illegal alien gang member until there is not a single one left in this country.
Trump unveils Operation Aurora. Donald Trump has just rolled out one of the most hard-hitting initiatives of his campaign, Operation Aurora. This plan, named after Aurora, Colorado, aims to crack down on illegal Venezuelan gangs wreaking havoc across America. Trump's plan involves invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which allows the president to detain or deport illegals from nations considered enemies. His goal, to dismantle every criminal network operating on American soil and seal the border to stop the flow of illegal immigration. Now Trump dedicated this plan to victims like Joycelyn Nungray and Lincoln Riley and Rachel Morin, all tragically killed or wounded by illegal immigrants. They're not the only ones, folks. These aren't just statistics, folks. These are real people, Americans who should still be alive today if our borders were secure.
But I will round up the illegal alien gang members and they will be put in jail or thrown out of our country until not a single one is left. And we're going to call it Operation Aurora, if you don't mind, okay? Because they were the first to come. And this is happening all over the country, by the way. If they come back, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. Because we don't want them to come back. They got to stay out. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer.
Aurora, Colorado has become a hotbed for Venezuelan gangs like Tren de Rega, notorious for crimes like homicide, rape, drug smuggling, and human trafficking. And let's not forget that recent data from ICE revealed that over 13,000 illegal aliens currently in the U.S. have been convicted of murder. It's shocking, but it's a reality we're facing because of lax immigration policies. Trump's plan also includes automatic 10-year prison sentences for previously deported illegals caught crossing the border again, and calls for the death penalty for any illegal who murders an American citizen. That's tough, but it's necessary. Now, here's where Kamala Harris comes in. Laughing, probably. She recently said there's not a thing she would change about her or Joe Biden's time in the White House. That's a direct slap in the face to all the victims of illegal gang violence. No regrets from the Democrats. Just more open borders and more violence in our communities. Think about that. We'll be right back.
Think I'm the number one influence?
I think it's
So
Rogan. I think it's Rogan, you, and Kim Kardashian. Like, Kim Kardashian influences the shape of women's bodies and faces. Like, you see so many, they're literal shape of human beings.
Do they want to look like her?
They want to look like her. So once we start seeing dudes want to look like you.
Yeah.
And I see young Jack over there. I think he's trying to do it.
Yeah.
Jack.
Your TikTok guy.
TikTok Jack.
TikTok
Jack.
TikTok
Tell me.
TikTok
You know, this is a little new world. I call him, his name is Jack. I call him TikTok Jack. I'm good with names, you know.
You are.
You're very good.
You are.
I mean, Pocahontas.
Yeah.
We have names.
What about, and there was, Tampon Tim was good. What about,
Tim,
is
the
that?
problem with Tampon Tim, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
In other words,
It's a mouthful.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Tampon. And you can't stutter it through when you follow it. It's really a lousy word to say.
Yeah.
But it's quite accurate, right? there are some, like Comrade Kamala. It's a little hard to say. She's comrade because she's obviously a communist.
Yeah.
She's horrible.
Yeah.
So I call her comrade.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. But when you put the names together, it's a little, you got to be able to no, you got to be able to put it out there. But we have a lot of good ones. A lot of them I can't go into with you because some of my best ones.
Let's hear it for the bros. Young men are rallying behind Donald Trump. Now let's talk about one of the most fascinating shifts in the 2024 election. young men are rallying behind Donald Trump like never before. Donald Trump is actively courting this demographic, making appearances on popular podcasts, at UFC events, and even grilling burgers at frat houses. So far, Trump's been featured on Impulsive. The megastar Logan Paul hosted that. Flagrant 2, a comedian Andrew Schultz. Full Send podcast by YouTubers and the Nelk Boys. This past weekend by comedian Theo Vaughn. The Lex Freeman podcast, the Sean Ryan Show, Aiden Ross's podcast on Kick, and X Space with Elon Musk, similar to podcast. Now, these platforms have racked up millions of views, bringing Trump's message directly to young male voters. But it's not just talk. The numbers back it up. Polls show that 53% of male voters now support Donald Trump compared to just 42% for Kamala Harris. Even more impressive, nearly 30% of young black men under the age of 50 are leaning towards Donald Trump, a massive jump from 2020 when that number was below 15%. And in swing states like Arizona and Nevada, between 51 to 53% of young Hispanic men are standing for Donald Trump. The energy is real, folks. In 2020, just 29% of young voters said they were almost certain to vote. Now the number has skyrocketed to 54%. The Democrats are scrambling to win those votes back. Kamala Harris has sent out Barack Obama and Minnesota's Tim Walz to try to woo young men. Probably Tim, with tampons. But it's not working. Obama even scolded young men who aren't supporting Kamala, accused them of sexism. Meanwhile, Walz tried to appeal to the hunting crowd, but couldn't even load his own shotgun during a pheasant hunt. It's fake. It's inauthentic. And young men see right through it. That's some transparency for you. On the other hand, Donald Trump is straightforward. He doesn't need to pretend to be something he's not. He stands up for their rights, like protecting the Second Amendment, and promises to empower them economically. This is why the bro vote is shifting towards Donald Trump. And it's why Democrats are in panic mode. Now listen to another great original Go Right News music. And we'll be right back with a hashtag Go Right recap.
Out in the streets of Aurora, where the shadows run deep, Trump stands tall with a promise to keep. Venezuelan gangs crossing our line, but we're drawing the borders, it's about time. From Jocelyn to Leck, their stories are clear. We're fighting for justice with no fear. They tried to silence us, but we won't bend. This is our country, we will defend. Operation Aurora, stand and fight. We're sealing the border, shining the light. Go right news, spreading the flame for constitutionalists. We rise and get his name. 13,000 murders walking our land, but Trump's got a plan to make us stand. Alien Enemies Act 1798. Deport the killers before it's too late. 10 years in prison for crossing again. Death for the ones who murdered our kin. They want open borders, but we say no. We fight for freedom, let the world know. Aurora is rising, we're taking control. Get out the darkness, restoring the soul. With Go Right News, we'll tell the tale for a constitutionalist. We will prevail. strong. Trump's on the podcast, where they belong. From football fields to frat house grills, they're backing the man with unshaken will. Black and Hispanic, the numbers don't lie. They're tired of the Democrats' fake alibis. Obama gets stolen, but it won't be enough. Trump's got the heart, and he's calling their bluff. Let's hear it for the pros. They're coming in waves for freedom and justice, no longer slaves. Go right news, lighting the way for the constitutionalists from what may. Tim Walz get low, his own shotgun right, but Trump defends their Second Amendment fight. Barack plays the brother, but we all see through. There's no real connection, just faking untrue. We don't need hunters who can't take the shot. We need a leader who's strong in heart. No chemical needs, just cold hard facts. Trump's bringing liberty, taking it back. Operation Aurora, the battle's begun. We're taking back power, one by one. With Go Right News, the truth unfolds. For the constitutionalists, brave and bold. So here we stand, America's sons, with Trump at the helm. The fight's just begun, the Republic is calling. Can you hear the sound? We're filling it back, from the lost and the found. Illegals won't vote, we're keeping it clean. For freedom and justice, it's more than a dream. This is our moment, it's time to unite. For constitutionalists, we'll win this fight. Aurora's our beacon, we're leading the charge. Securing the border, fighting at large. Go Right News, the voice of the free. For constitutionalists, this is victory.
Welcome back to the hashtag Go Right Recap. Thanks for tuning in all the way through to the show. Please make sure you share this and you let other people know about it so I can grow. So let's break it all down, folks. Trump is under serious threat. The assassination attempts are real, and the security concerns are no joke. Meanwhile, he's rolling out major initiatives like Operation Aurora to tackle illegal gang violence and tighten border security, all while courting young men with authentic outreach efforts. The numbers speak for themselves, and the energy is shifting, and young voters are ready to stand behind Trump. Folks, our constitutional republic is at a critical juncture. We need to secure our borders. We need to defend our citizens, and we need to protect our freedoms. And for the first time in a very long time, young men from all walks of life are standing up for these values. Now, if you want to keep up with the latest, head on over to GoRightNews.com for more. And you can also catch us on Rumble.com and check out hashtag GoRight with Peter Boykin on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, aka Twitter, and more. And if you want to support the fight, donations are welcome at Cash App, $ Peter Boykin, the number 1, or visit GoRightNews.com or PeterBoykin.com for links. Together, let's keep fighting for liberty. It's been another wonderful podcast. God bless everybody. As always, peace.
There's one ability I don't have.
Yeah.
He sleeps. He can sleep. This guy goes on a beach and he lays down on one of those, 6 ounce. They weigh 6 ounces and he can't lift it.
Yeah.
They're meant. No, they're meant for children.
Yeah.
Young people and old people to lift.
Yeah.
They're aluminum, hollowed aluminum.
Yeah.
They weigh very little, and he can't lift. And somebody convinced him he looks good in a bathing suit. And when you're 82, typically bathing suits aren't going to make you look great. You're not going to be enhanced. Yeah. All right? It's just one of those things. I can't be sure about that, but typically you don't.
Depends what he's packing. He could.
I don't know what the hell he's packing, but I don't want to, and I don't want to know either. I don't know, but he has an ability to fall asleep while on camera. He can lie down on one of those things, and in minutes, he's stone cold out.
How does he do it?
And he's got cameras because he's the president, so they have cameras on him.
Yeah.
And then they show him sleeping on the beach.
Yeah.
You'll never see me sleeping in front of camera.
How do we get you better at that? Like, what can we do? How do we work on that as a country?
As a country?
Yeah.
We got to save our country. Look, we are a nation in decline, whether you like it or not.
I hate.
We are just 3 weeks away from Election Day and early voting is underway. And as we get closer to the finish line, it's clear that Donald Trump is gaining support and Kamala Harris, well, her popularity is declining. Let's look at the latest NBC News poll. It has Donald Trump and Kamala Harris both receiving 48% support from registered voters and 4% say that they're undecided. This latest poll is certainly enough to have the Harris campaign very nervous. September's NBC News poll had Harris leading Trump by 5 points. So what's changed? Well, Kamala Harris has done a media blitz, and it appears the more that people have been able to see of her, they're going, oh, actually, no, thank you. No, thanks.
And even fresh CNN polling confirms the Democrats' worst fears.
We have some new CNN reporting today about what is going on behind the scenes inside the Harris campaign and more broadly among Democrats who are growing more and more anxious about a 2016 redux. CNN's Priscilla Alvarez joins me now. Priscilla, we were just joking here at the table that anxious Democrats happen on a day that ends in Y.
Hi, folks. We are weeks away from Election Day, and this is a critical moment for our constitutional republic. And if you haven't made a plan to cast your vote yet, now is the time. Don't let any last-minute hiccup or unexpected meeting stand in the way of your voice being heard. Remember, an early vote is better than no vote at all. Get registered, vote early, and make sure your ballot counts. That even goes for me. I normally love to vote on Election Day, but considering how important this vote is, I'm going to get it out of the way with my dad. Meanwhile, only 31% of Americans trust mainstream media. So it's crucial that we break through the noise to provide you the facts. And that's why I'm hoping you're listening to me with hashtag #GoRight with Peter Boykin. We'll be right back. I think it's time for us to go right. Kamala soon trying to slip away. Pages she borrowed didn't come to play. Both from Wiki, who'd believe that line? When you play with fire, it's just a matter of time. Welcome to hashtag #GoRight with Peter Boykin, where we cut right through the noise and we give you what you need, the truth. And we know you can handle the truth. So Kamala is caught plagiarizing her book. Seems like a new book is out, written by ChatGPT, her bestseller. Kamala Harris has found herself in yet another scandal, this time for plagiarism, in her 2009 book, Smart on Crime. According to Professor Stefan Weber, Harris lifted 27 passages from other sources, including 3 fragments of self-plagiarism. Her co-author, Joanne O'Hamilton, is also implicated in this. Maybe she should have used one of those Indian-based writing people to create stuff for her. I mean, if you wanted ChatGPT, why not? Notable examples of plagiarism includes passages copied from NBC News, the John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and perhaps most embarrassingly, a Wikipedia page. One glaring instance involved text about the Midtown Community Court, where the only edit Harris made was removing the phrase "in order to." Conservative activist Christopher Rufo was the first to bring these issues to light. Now, this incident echoes Joe Biden's plagiarism scandal from 1988, where he had to drop out of the presidential campaign after it was discovered he was lifting parts of his speeches from other sources. I mean, when Joe Biden gets out there and goes, 407 years ago, I set forth on this great country. I mean, what do you expect? Meanwhile, J.D. Vance chimed in, humorously tweeting, "Hi, I'm J.D. Vance. I wrote my own book, unlike Kamala Harris, who copied hers from Wikipedia." This tongue-in-cheek remark highlights the perception of Harris's inauthenticity on an ongoing issue in her presidential campaign. And this pattern of dishonesty raises questions about Kamala's suitability for the highest office, given especially that it mirrors past Democratic scandals. Think about that. And if you like to copy things, go ahead and share this podcast. Copy, share this podcast, let everybody else know, hey, even if you want to repeat some of the stuff that I say, flattery will get you everywhere. We'll be right back.
Kamala Harris is now laser focused on a group that could be responsible for her victory or her defeat. Black voters, drawing both Harris and former President Bill Clinton to predominantly black churches, following a week where former President Barack Obama scolded some black voters for a worrisome trend playing out.
You have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're thinking about sitting out.
The New York Times reporting on a drift by black voters away from Democrats. The latest poll showing while she is still way ahead of Donald Trump with black voters, she's down from Hillary Clinton's 92% in 2016 and Joe Biden's 90% 4 years ago. This time around, 15% say they plan to vote for Donald Trump.
The choice really is not between voting and not voting. Not to vote is a vote. It pushes Donald Trump that much closer to the White House, and that's something that we cannot afford to happen.
Democrats raising concerns about getting votes, especially from young black men.
Quite frankly, their message to Democrats was, you take us for granted. Donald Trump talks to us directly.
Donald Trump carrying on with that approach.
What's happening with the people pouring into our country is they are killing the jobs of the black population and the Hispanic population.
His supporters appealing to an issue most voters say is of the utmost importance, the economy.
Let's get back to Kamala, whatever her name is, tries to buy off black voters in what many are calling a desperate and possibly illegal move. Kamala Harris has launched her opportunity agenda for black men. And no, it's not a night in her bedroom. As part of this plan, she promises 1 million fully forgivable $20,000 loans to black entrepreneurs and other individuals. These loans, of course, are essentially giveaways. But this pitch is loaded with negative stereotypes, as Kamala also suggests legalizing recreational marijuana as part of the opportunities for black Americans in this new industry. Do you need the excuse to legalize marijuana? I mean, just do it. My imagery, not to get racial, but my imagery of legalizing marijuana or people who smoke marijuana are like mostly white people, honestly. But this kind of pandering is all too familiar in the Democratic playbook, appealing to voters with promises and giveaways only to neglect them once in office. That's what we try to say to people. These people will say anything during an election. Most politicians will say anything in the election to get your vote. And then when they get your vote, you'll never hear from them again. There's no transparency. Now, her polling with black male voters has been steadily declining. In the last election cycles, we saw a drop in support among black men. Obama saw plus 81 support in 2012, Hillary plus 63 in 2016, even with her hot sauce in her pocket. And she's like, y'alls don't know how much I've cared about. And then Biden plus 53 in 2020. You know, Joe Biden came locally and said, we're going to have y'all back in chains. I'm like, come on, people. And if you don't vote for me, then you're not black. And now Kamala sits at plus 41. The trend is clear. Democrats are losing ground, especially with younger black male voters. Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama has been dispatched to the campaign trail to scold black male voters for not supporting Kamala, calling it sexism. Yes, the reality is these votes are increasingly dissatisfied with the Democrats' broken promises. I mean, what's next? I don't think RuPaul would do it. Was RuPaul going to get out there and go, all right, honey, y'all ain't gay if you ain't vote for Donald Trump. Wait. Yeah. Well, y'all ain't gay if you ain't vote for Kamala Harris and the Democrats. I should get out there. Y'all ain't true gays unless you voted for Donald Trump. But hey, whatever. Caroline Leavitt, Trump's press secretary, responded to Kamala's last-ditch effort by saying, quote, Trump is making historic gains with Democrats because they had more money in their pockets when he was president. Crime was under control in their communities, and they weren't being put last while illegal immigrants are being put first. I mean, Donald Trump puts Americans first.
I don't care whether you like Trump or not. Trump governed this nation in a responsible way where everybody prospered. And if you don't believe that, you're a moron. Every single thing, every single indicator was on positive territory. All the working people, no matter what color they were making more money and there were more jobs. We didn't have inflation. We didn't have supply problems. We didn't have any of it. Now we got all of it, in addition to an open border.
All right, I got a couple of quick updates today. We talked about recently about a man who got arrested outside a Trump rally, and I think it was Nevada, Las Vegas or something. But he's denied planning an assassination attempt because people were calling it the third assassination attempt. He actually claims to be a supporter who has attended multiple rallies, disputing any malicious intent. And I did skim through the internet, and I found something on there about how guy might have been set up. So there's still more to this story, and if something comes out more about it, obviously it must have not been a true assassination attempt because we don't hear it on TV or anything really big. So what's really going on? Meanwhile, the Biden administration has reportedly warned Iran that any assassination attempts against Donald Trump would be considered an act of war by the United States. The stakes are clearly high, and it underscores the dangerous rhetoric and actions escalating in this political climate. And Donald Trump, in a bold move, has announced plans to bolster the U.S. Border Patrol by adding 10,000 more agents who will receive raises and bonuses. This initiative aims to secure the borders and address the surge in illegal immigration, a cornerstone of Trump's policy. At this point, I think we could afford to have people chain link arm in arm across the border, and it would still be cheaper than the amount of illegals coming in the border now. And in a major endorsement, the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Nevada's largest newspaper, or longest newspaper, has thrown its support behind Donald Trump. The paper cited his policy results as being too strong to ignore, further solidifying Trump's standing in key battleground states. We'll be right back with some hashtag Go Right Recap Remix. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to share this.
Kamala soon, time to slip away. Pages she borrowed didn't come to play. Pulled from Wiki, who'd believe that line? When you play with fire, it's just a matter of time. Trump's got a plan, steady and strong. Black men rising, been waiting too long. Promises they fell weren't just for show. When you stand for truth, you're bound to grow. We hear the whispers through all the noise. Go right news, cutting through the ploys for the fighters who hold the line in our constitutional republic. It's time to shine. Harris throws bribes, hoping to win. 20 grand promises, but it's all thin. People see the game, they see it play out. These last minute moves, full of doubt. Trump's history is more than just talk. He's got black men walking the walk. They remember the days when things were right. Now they're ready to rise and take flight. We know the truth, it's crystal clear. Go right news, cutting through the fear. For the constitutionalists standing tall in the land of liberty, we heed the call. Ooh, plagiarism shows Harris can't deny, but the truth, it doesn't even try. Sadie Vance speaks with pride in his pen. I wrote my own, he tells them again. Obama pleads for votes that stray, but Trump's got their back, showing the way. The truth is simple, sharper than steel, and when it cuts through, you know what's real. The lies they weave, but we won't bend. Go right news, bringing truth to the end. For the ones who see the stakes are high in a constitutional republic, watch us fly. Trump's building strong with agents in place. Border Patrol, keeping the pace. The facts don't lie, they're standing tall. The people rise, and they won't fall. Kamala's numbers dropping fast, but truth like Trump, it's built to last. In the streets, on the air, Go Right leads for a future of hope, where liberty succeeds. We've seen the lies, and the truth unfolds. Go Right news, where the story's told. Constitutionalists will light the way. In this land of freedom, we're here to stay.
Welcome back to the hashtag Go Right Recap Remix. From Kamala Harris's plagiarism scandal and desperate moves to win black voters, to Donald Trump's firm stance on border security and assassination threats, we're seeing the political stakes reach new heights. Kamala's ethnicity continues to damage her presidential prospects, while Trump gains more support across key demographics. It's becoming clear that the Democrats' reliance on empty promises and decisive identity politics is no longer enough to secure their base. That's your hashtag Go Right update. For more breaking news and in-depth analysis, head over to gorightnews.com. Don't forget to check us out on Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, X, and other platforms. Help keep this movement going by donating at Cash App, $ Peter Boykin #1. And links are available on gorightnews.com and peterboykin.com. Stay informed, stay engaged, and always go right. God bless everybody. Peace.
you know, it's supposed to be the will of the people. It's supposed to be the government works for the people, and it's not that. It's some very bizarre, enormous amount of money that's being spent to make sure that the people in power continue to run things the exact same way. That's what I think they're really terrified about Trump. It's not necessarily even that he's a Republican. It's much more that he's a guy that is not going to play the game.
Yeah.
And then when he gets in there, he's going to, like, one of the things that he's talked about is having Elon come in and do some sort of a government efficiency agency. They're terrified of that.
Yeah.
Because it's not efficient.
Yeah.
You know? And he's going to come in with, like, that Tesla mindset. It's like, you're working 16 hours a day and you're sleeping on the fucking couch.
Yep.
We're here to get some shit done. And you try applying that to government, that's, you know.
I've been riding on a wild wind, chasing shadows in the night. The road is calling, whispers in my ear, telling me I've gotta take flight. But if I stay with you, honey, we burn out like a flame. I'm like a storm rolling through the sky, and these chains I can't sustain. Whoa, and these chains I can't sustain. Like a storm I can't contain. Lord knows I can't remain. Goodbye, darling, it's been a sweet ride. Though this love we can't repair, but don't you shed your tears for me now, 'cause I'm already halfway there. If I stayed too long with you, babe, the winds would blow me away. I'm like the fire that won't burn out, and the wind I can't restrain. And this wind I can't restrain. Like fire I can't retain. Lord knows I can't remain. Lord, I can't stay. Won't you rise? I'll ride away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lord, I can't stay. Won't you rise? I'll ride away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We came through the FEMA, here to set the tone. We're from FEMA, yeah. This is what we've shown. 750, that's the deal. Not a dream, but it's real. Boom, boom, you know the drill. Take it now, it's all we feel. We're from FEMA, don't you see? 750's all you need. Boom, click, power here. Cash in hand, it's crystal clear. We're from FEMA, no debate. That's the number on your plate. Boom, click, pow, that's the way. 750 all day. The water's high, but we stay dry. Boom, boom, here's the reply. We're moving fast, don't ask why. 750's how we try. No big checks, no other thrills. How click, here's the deal. When we show up, it's all the same. 750 in the game. In the game. We came through the storm, here to set the tone. We're from FEMA, yeah. This is what we've shown. 750, that's the deal. Not a dream, but it's real. Boom, boom, you know the drill. Take it now, it's all we feel. We're from FEMA, don't you see? 750's all you need. Boom, click, power here. Cash in hand, it's crystal clear. We're from FEMA, no debate. That's the number on your plate. Boom, click, pow, that's You thought more was on the way, but 750's here to stay. Boom, pow, click, we'll make it work. We're from FEMA, feel the quirk. 750 in the mix. House beats and no more tricks. Boom, pow, click, that's the sound. FEMA's here, we're all around. Pow, click, that's the sound. FEMA's here, we're all around. Rainbow is on the way, but 750's here to stay. Boom, pow, click, we'll make it work. In a town called Butler, banners are high, with flags waving proudly beneath the blue sky. People gather together, united and strong, in this land of freedom where we all belong. Let's rally for America, stand up and be heard. With the spirit of our nation, let's spread the word. From the hills to the valleys, we're raising our voice. With Go Right News guided, let's make our choice. Elon Musk's in the crowd, bringing hope for the fight. Innovating the future, lighting up the night. Donald Trump's on the stage, calling us to rise for the constitutionalists. We're reaching for the skies. Let's rally for America. Let's rally for America. Hear the freedom ring. With a heart full of courage, we've got everything. In this great republic, we'll make our stand. Together for our future, hand in hand. But behind the cheers, there's a story untold. Hurricane Helene struck, left hearts feeling cold. FEMA's slow response left towns in despair. But the strength of our people shows how much we care. Let's rally for America, rebuild what was lost. With faith in our neighbor, we'll pay any cost. From the ashes we rise, with love in our hearts. For a brighter tomorrow, we'll all play our parts. A call to the patriots, the ones who believe in the land of the brave. It's time to achieve. With Go Right News shining a light on the truth, we'll fight for our rights and the dreams of our youth. Let's rally for America, let freedom abound. With a spirit of justice, let's stand our ground. For our Constitution, we'll never back down. In this beautiful nation, we're freedom's men. So gather round, brothers and sisters alike. With our hearts full of passion, it's time to ignite. We'll dance in the streets with pride in our song, for a future that's bright, where we all belong. Let's rally for America, united we stand. With the promise of liberty, together we'll plan. From the mountains to the prairies, our spirit will soar. For the land of the free, we'll forever explore. Let's rally for America, rebuild what was lost. With faith in our neighbor, we'll pay any cost. From the ashes we rise, with love in our hearts. For a brighter tomorrow, we'll all play our parts. For a brighter tomorrow, we'll all play our parts. slip away. Pages you borrowed didn't come to play. Pulled from Wiki, who'd believe that line? When you play with fire, it's just a matter of time. Trump's got a plan, steady and strong. Black men rising, been waiting too long. Promises they fell weren't just for show. When you stand for truth, you're bound to grow. We hear the whispers through all the noise. Go right news, cutting through the ploys for the fighters who hold the line in our constitutional republic. It's time to shine. Harris throws bribes, hoping to win. 20 grand promises, but it's all thin. People see the game, they've seen it play out. These last minute moves, full of doubt. Trump's history is more than just talk. He's got black men walking the walk. They remember the days when things were right. Now they're ready to rise and take flight. We know the truth, it's crystal clear. Go right news, cutting through the fear. For the constitutionalists standing tall in the land of liberty, we heed the call. Ooh, plagiarism shows Harris can't deny, but the truth, it doesn't even try. Sadie Vance speaks with pride in his pen. I wrote my own, he tells them again. Obama pleads for votes that stray, but Trump's got their back, showing the way. The truth is simple, sharper than steel, and when it cuts through, you know what's real. The lies they weave, but we won't bend. Go right news, bringing truth to the end. For the ones who see the stakes are high in a constitutional republic, watch us fly. Trump's building strong with agents in place. Border Patrol, keeping the pace. The facts don't lie, they're standing tall. The people rise, and they won't fall. Kamala's numbers dropping fast, but truth like Trump, it's built to last. In the streets, on the air, go right leave for a future of hope where liberty succeeds. We've seen the lies, and the truth unfolds. Go right news, where the story's told. Constitutionalists will light the way. In this land of freedom, we're here to stay. Streets of Aurora, where the shadows run deep, Trump stands tall with a promise to keep. Venezuelan gangs crossing our line, but we're drawing the borders, it's about time. From Jocelyn to Lake, their stories are clear. We're fighting for justice with no fear. They tried to silence us, but we won't bend. This is our country, we will defend. Operation Aurora, stand and fight. We're sealing the border, shining the light. Go right news, spreading the flame. For constitutionalists, we rise and get his name. 13,000 murders walking our land, but Trump's got a plan to make us stand. Alien Enemies Act 1798, deport the killers before it's too late. 10 years in prison for crossing again. Death for the ones who murdered our kin. They want open borders, but we say no. We fight for freedom, let the world know. Aurora is rising. control. King of the darkness, restoring the soul. With Go Right News, we'll tell the tale for a constitutionalist. We will prevail. Young men are rising, rallying strong. Trump's on the podcast, where they belong. From football fields to frat house grills, they're backing the man with unshaken will. Black and Hispanic, the numbers don't lie. They're tired of the Democrats, fake alibi. Obama gets stole, but it won't be enough. Trump's got the heart, and he's calling their bluff. Let's hear it for the pros, they're coming in waves. For freedom and justice, no longer slaves. Go Right News, lighting the way. For the constitutionalists, come what may. Tim Walz can load his own shotgun right, but Trump defends their Second Amendment fight. Barack plays the brother, but we all see through. There's no real connection, just faking untrue. We don't need hunters who can't take the shot. We need a leader who's strong in heart. No chemical need, just cold hard facts. Trump's bringing liberty, taking it back. Operation Aurora, the battle's begun. We're taking back power, one by one. With Go Right News, the truth unfolds. For the constitutionalists, brave and bold. So here we stand, America's sons, with Trump at the helm. The fight's just begun, the Republic is calling. Can you hear the sound? We're filling it back, from the lost and the found. Illegals won't vote, we're keeping it clean. For freedom and justice, it's more than a dream. This is our moment, it's time to unite. For constitutionalists, we'll win this fight. Aurora's our beacon, we're leading the charge. Securing the border, fighting at large. Go Right News, the voice of the free. For constitutionalists, this is victory. Where the shadows fall, we question the leader, we wander through it all. In the cities of power, where decisions are made, who's held responsible when the plans all fade? Why do we turn a blind eye when the truth's in plain sight? It's not about blame, it's about setting things right. From the streets to Capitol Hill, where the laws are made, we seek answers, not just shadows in the shade. In the heart of the conflict, where the fires burn bright, who profits from the battles in the silence of the night? Promise is broken and the innocent fall. We're searching for answers, for the truth in it all. Why do we turn a blind eye when the truth's in plain sight? It's not about blame, it's about setting things right. From the streets to White House walls where the power resides, we seek answers, not just shadows in the tide. No sides above the laws that we hold dear. Justice for all, let's make it clear. We're the pain in the stories that we hear. We demand the truth, and the truth draws near. In the halls of ambition, where the voices are loud, deals are struck in secrecy, away from the crowd. Promises whisper behind closed doors, while the common folks struggle and the corruption soars. Why do we turn a blind eye when the truth's in plain sight? It's not about blame, it's about making things right. From the streets to Supreme Court chambers where justice is weighed, we seek answers, not just shadows in the shade. From the borders to the battlegrounds where power collides, what's the cost of ambition when humanity divides? We look for transparency, a glimpse of the truth, not just empty words, but a call to the proof. Why do we turn a blind eye when the truth's in plain sight? It's not about blame, it's about making things right. From the streets to Washington's core where the policies brew, we seek answers, not just shadows in the view. So let's seek the truth with an open mind, holding all accountable, leaving no one behind. In the search for justice, let's rise above the blame for a world where truth and fairness are the ultimate aim. But where's the crew? Blind on the beach, Kamala's gone too. Trump's in Georgia, boots on the ground, bringing hope when no one's around. Supplies roll in, he's leading the pack. When leaders fail, he's got our back. Oh, no, fight for right, don't back away. When the winds blow hard, we'll stand and say, go right for the ones who care. Constitutional, this will be there. We won't fall, we'll take the fight. For America's future, we shine the light. Ooh, oh. Kamala's at the border, snapping a pic, but the country knows it's just a trick. Criminals roam for 25K, but the White House turns and looks away. Trump's building bridges, making a plan for every hard-working American. Oh, run to the fire, don't turn it high. We'll hold the line, we'll stand with pride. Go right, hear the people shout. We'll fight the good fight without a doubt. From sea to sea, we're standing tall. For America's future, we'll give it all. Screaming, but Levi's loud. He's backing Trump, standing proud. Netflix fools, they take a hit, but we won't bow. We're over it. They They sell their life, but we see clear. We're the voice they're starting to fear. Oh, 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 oh. Race to the top, don't slow us down. We're here to fight for every town. Go right for the truth we chase. Constitutionalists will set the pace. In every street, in every land. We'll fight for the future hand in hand. Ooh, oh. Don't chase out to rank the game. Alabama stands won't play the same. Hackers try to sway the vote, but we'll rise up, we've got the vote. Freedom's ours, it's in our blood. We won't let the country sink in mud. Whoa, 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 whoa. Charge ahead, we're picking up speed. In times of trouble, we take the lead. Go right with the fire inside. We're not slowing down, we've got the right. Every voice, every stand we make, we'll fight for freedom, for liberty's sake. Oh, oh, oh. Won't stop striking, inflation's high, but we won't let the country die. From the docks to the streets, we're standing tall. We'll break the chains, we'll break the wall. No more lies, no more disguise. We're rising up, America will rise. Oh, 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 oh. Raise the flag, let it fly real high. We'll win this fight, we'll never say die. Go right for the red, white, blue. Constitutionalists, we stand for you. With every heart, with every might, we'll fight for the future.